can finally say it. Today is the day. Real ID is now required when boarding a plane within the U.S. A real ID can be a driver's license or a state-issued ID card, and it's required for people over 18 to fly domestically and access some federal facilities. Secretary of Homeland Security Kris Van Cleave discussed the transition for travelers.
We will make sure that it is as seamless as possible and that travelers will get to stay on their intended itinerary, but we are telling people that this law will be enforced, and it will allow us to know individuals in this country who they are and that they're authorized to travel.
All right, CBS News senior transportation correspondent Kris Van Cleave joins us once again, this time from Los Angeles. Kris, good morning to you. If someone plans to fly today, but they don't have a real ID, what would you advise? What comes next?
Well, Errol, the TSA says the most important thing is to get to the airport extra early. Now, here at LAX, the checkpoints have just opened. They are moving. I would say that they appear to be going a little bit slower than they normally would, but people are getting through. The question here is, if you don't have that real ID, how long is it going to take you to get through the checkpoints? We know that there's going to be extra screening for the people that show up without a compliant ID, and that's about 1 in every 5 flyers coming through airport checkpoints nationally. So, 20% of people aren't presenting either that real ID or a passport or one of the other IDs that will get you through as normal. So, best thing you can do, the TSA says, is add some extra time. They're saying 3 hours before a domestic flight to make sure you get through that security checkpoint and onto your scheduled flight.
Yeah, get to the airport early is the best advice, probably today and all week. But how might this real ID requirement, Kris, add onto the massive delays at Newark Airport and some of its surrounding hubs?
Well, on one hand, given the amount of delays at Newark, you might have that extra time anyway because most flights there are delayed. But you still probably don't want to plan on that. It will add complication, perhaps, and stress to flyers, but the checkpoints aren't having problems at Newark. It's the air traffic control issues at Newark. So that experience should be similar to how it always is. But I think the same rule applies. If your flight is on time and it's leaving at 10, don't get there at 9. Leave yourself that extra time, particularly if you don't have that real ID. Airport security is run pretty much the same way for many years. And now this is a subtle change, and sometimes there can be hiccups with changes. And this is the first time, the TSA has had a day where they've been doing this. It's all hands on deck. We know they've done practice runs, but this is real this time, so there could be some hiccups.
Yeah, be as polite as possible if you can. Traveling is stressful, but everyone's a little on edge today. Kris, thanks so much. Appreciate the advice.